Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net's Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now, Google Let Play. Us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
「
language.
「 language. 」 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 language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 443.
Sexiest podcast on the network. Brian, how the hell are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
You're a good.
I'm a good. Hey, it's me, Mario.
Hey. Yeah, I'm all right, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's been a day. I had some celebrations today for my daughter who's turning 15 in a couple of weeks, a little early because, you know, her mom's going on vacation and such, but, you know.
Man.
My timeline was all screwed up because I'm like, next week, we're going to go get some Chinese food, then we're going over here and we're getting pie. And I looked at my calendar, I'm like, oh, her birthday's 2 weeks out. Fuck.
And next week's Super Bowl Sunday anyway, so, I mean.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to go out on Super Bowl. Well, Chinese wouldn't be so bad, I guess, probably.
I mean, the place I'd be going, yeah.
Yeah.
A little QQ action, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That QQ. People like to go there and watch the TV at the bar.
Oh, I see.
Because they serve craft beers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to, you just go early and box out,
That's true, right? Start throwing bows.
Yeah,
Immediately.
Mm-hmm. Like, sir, we just opened. You're just hitting the people who own the place. Like, oh, sorry.
As soon as they unlock the door.
Yeah. As soon as
Come
sorry.
Like I'm that Mohawk dude from Arch Rivals.
Yes. Like I see red and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you.
You know, once that open sign flips, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When the open sign flips, the switch in you also flips.
Exactly.
I become more beast than man.
I mean, you'll have that.
Yeah.
You know?
It does happen. Makes sense.
You know, lately I've been thinking, I hate, this is what I hate about being a human being, Brian.
Wow. That's a broad stroke there. Yeah.
Well, especially like a human being that lives like in our part of the world, where we have like basically access to whatever we want.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure, it's in varying degrees, but with like, especially with information, right?
Right.
Because, okay, I've got right here, I'm showing you, I've got my iPhone 8 Plus.
Yeah.
Had it for a long time. It's
right.
paid off.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with it. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I should get a new phone. And I really don't need it.
No, because, I mean, aside from like the fancy cameras of the 11 or something like that, it's like, I have a 10 and I doubt your phone and my phone are really that different.
No, and well, part of me is like, I've been really considering jumping off the Apple bus, you know, and that's kind of one of the reasons I'm kind of like, I should just jump now, but there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's like having your,
fine.
It's like, it's like, you see that with people with cars too. They'll have a car that runs perfectly fine, and it's paid off, all this, and they'll be like, yeah, I've been thinking about getting a new car, and you're like, why? Like, why would you want to bring on debt?
Like, I spent a portion of my day perusing articles looking at smartphones. Like, what's a good smartphone now? And you know what always would make me go, I don't need a new phone, was when I got to the price action.
Yeah, right?
Because I'm like, oh man, this fucking like Galaxy Note 10 Pro, whatever. I'm like, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
All day battery. It's got like 12 gigs of RAM for some stupid reason.
Right. Touches
like,
you tenderly occasionally.
500 some gigabytes of storage. Like, I need that.
Yeah.
What I found $1,300.
Yeah, right? Oh my God. What I found funny was
buy a pretty good desktop computer for that.
What I found funny was when I was like, okay, I'm going to get a new phone kind of situation, and I'm looking at all the different stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I really should, that's what I need. I need that, and blah, blah. And then it's like, I'm like, you know what? And I pull up the specs on my phone, like in my phone, like how much memory is used, how much space, all the things. And I'm like, I'm nowhere near full up on this one. Why do I need 3 times the phone? Like, it's different when you're, if that's like the base model,
Right.
But I wasn't looking at like the base model. I was like, cause like me, when I needed a new phone, it was around the time that the 11 came out, so I'm like, well, I might as well just jump all the way to the top because, like in a lot of technology, you tend to just max it out for whatever you can afford at the time. And then I'm looking at the difference between the 10s and the 11s, and I'm like, do I need the fancy cameras? Cause if not, I'm reading a lot of stuff that's like, you just buy a 10. It's way cheaper and you get basically the same phone. And in fact, screen size wise, you actually get a bigger phone.
That's hilarious.
Whatever. And the iPads are that way too. Like some of the newer iPads, like the brand new iPad that they, released just like a year ago or whatever. Like the ones from like a year ago, there's actually more screen size. On some of them. Yeah. So it's kind of a funny thing how this stuff works, but whatever. And that's when I was looking, and then, Verizon also was like, oh, we got this deal. We'll give you, I don't remember, it was $200 or $300 off a 10. So I'm like, sold, it's already cheaper, and you're going to give me an additional amount of monies off. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to rub that shit on my brain today, because that's what I'm just like, for some reason I just have that itch. Mm-hmm. And it'll go away. It always does. But
yeah,
man. Well, it's good. I think a lot of it's because, I want to start doing that like YouTube thing of all the beers. I'm like, oh, then I can have like my webcam. I can have my phone over here and like the GoPro and do like a 3-camera thing. And I can put them all together. I'm like, why am I doing this so much work? What are you doing? You idiot.
Well, for the amount of money you get paid, I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this for fun. It doesn't need.
Do you need a 3-camera setup? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't need to look like a MGM production or whatever.
Right. That's more cameras than some like sitcoms use.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm gonna do 2, because the GoPro and I have like a side view and a front view, and it'll be good.
Oh, I assumed you were going to wear the GoPro.
Like I said, dude, my test recording, I looked like I should have been reading a manifesto.
I just assumed the GoPro was going to be on your head so you could have that POV cam while drinking a beer.
It's going to be clamped to my dick.
That makes sense. Pointing up or down? I guess depending on your mood, right?
Depends on how good that beer is.
Oh, my. Oh! Yep. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with like people though, man. Why do we do that?
I don't know. I used to do it all the time though, like with computers too. Like I had that 27-inch iMac, and it was when it was running fine and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, Apple's like, we just announced it, and I'm like, ooh, I'm like, those payments aren't bad, and it's like, what are you doing? You absolutely don't need any more computer right now,
Yeah, exactly, right?
And we live in a world too that it's not even like, how like the thought process with cars used to be, you'd hit a certain point and you're like, oh, they're just going to nickel and dime you to death, and you do. There is a threshold you pass in a car to where you're like, dude, I'm putting money in this thing every other day. I might as well get a better vehicle or whatever. Or you could at least make that argument. Whatever. But with technology and stuff, like your phone, right? Your phone works fine. If all of a sudden tomorrow it was dead, you could walk right into a store and walk out of that store with another one.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, if it ever, although, knock on wood, I've never broken a phone, shattered a screen. I've never done anything.
Right.
Like that. And I've been in some goofy situations with my phones.
True.
And, but if in the event I ever did do that, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
But just to get one.
Exactly.
What am I, an idiot?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, because I bought a couple little tech things. Like I bought these little wireless charging pads. Mm-hmm. Because I got my little stereo system set up over here, right? Mm. And I had my lightning port dongle hooked up to it so I could listen to jams. And I'm like, man, this sucks. It's all the way over there. It's not charging.
Yeah.
I can't change songs super easy. I got to wheel my computer chair all the way across the room if I want to change it. Mm. So I'm like, what? I'm going to get a charging pad. I found a 2-pack of them for dirt cheap on Amazon. So I got one upstairs. Mm. And I found this little tiny Bluetooth thing that plugs right into it.
Nice.
And that was dirt ass cheap too. And I'm like, I got the perfect setup now. I can just sit here and charge it. I can play music over there if I want. Hell, I could put that little Bluetooth thing in my Jeep now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's all coming up Millhouse is what I'm saying.
Right, I get you. Yeah.
And that was less than $20 for the wireless things and the little Bluetooth guy.
Right. And see,
it wasn't $1,300.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's a way better investment of money.
Yeah.
Like hell, even if it was some sort of a remote device, you know, that would allow you to, you know, at least charge it somewhere else, but you could still, you know, like hit next basically or whatever so that you could, you know, move on. Yeah. Yeah. That, I'm sure that's quite nice for that kind of money, especially.
It is quite nice.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Hell, for $1,300, you could have bought yourself like a whole new stereo rig, you know?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I don't know what it is with that though. It's like, it's just our culture over, at least over here, you know, we know there's newer and, you know, we're constantly being told how amazing it is. So it's like, well, I want that, you know?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's got a brighter screen and it's like 3 millimeters bigger.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, when I saw that picture of Schwarzenegger with his frickin' phone case that was him with Commando with that rocket launcher and those were on the cameras of his phone, I'm like, that's a dope case.
Yeah,
I kind of want it.
It's pretty cool, yeah. I find it hilarious because, you know, it used to be like the one thing you didn't do, like if you were like in a band, you know, you don't wear your own band shirt, basically,
oh, yeah,
right?
For sure.
It's funny because I heard, I can't remember what wrestler it was talking about that now. Talking about how wrestlers are the total opposite. You know, you always wear your new shirt because that's how people know you have a new shirt, basically.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Right? Somebody comes out at a pay-per-view or whatever and they're rocking the new shirt and you're like, oh shit. And next thing you know, you're on WWE Shop or whatever they call it now and, you know, gotta buy the new shirt, you know? So.
Yes, that is a fine point.
Yeah. It is kind of funny though, because I mean, if you go see Metallica, you know there's Metallica shirts for sale right out in the, you know, all over the arena or whatever. So, you know, but they all aren't generally standing there wearing Metallica shirts.
You are correct.
Oh, maybe they should. You know, I don't know. Maybe it'd sell more.
I'm trying to think if I ever. I mean, I'm sure I've seen a band where they're wearing.
Oh, I definitely have. Yeah. I have, yeah.
But I can't, off the top of my head, with one I've actually stood there and watched, I can't think of one.
Yeah, most of the time they don't, because that was always kind of a thing, you know, is you don't wear your own deal.
Well, I always felt goofy about wearing, like, the Salty Language shirt to you know, Beer Fest and stuff.
Yeah. I know, I'm the same way, even though we should, because it's, you know, it's advertisement, but... And that's the way it should be looked at for us, is whether we're trying to sell T-shirts or not, it's one thing, you know.
Plus, for some reason, I got a damn blue one, not a black one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck.
What's wrong with you, man?
I know, right?
Order's blue. Yeah, that's... I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know either.
Hopefully we'll break ourselves of it, right? I've gotten a lot better about it over the years. You know, having no money will do that for you. You know, like, cause,
yeah, that's fair.
You know, you just look at it and go, like, you know, I was fortunate enough that, like, you know, I had, like, when I was in need of a new phone, you know, I had a friend help me out with, you know, one of their old phones that was, you know, new to me at that point. So, it, you know, worked out great. This last time was a different story because, you know, the timeline just didn't work out well. So I was like, well, you know, and it's like, I don't you know, I got the per month low enough that I can swing it. So, you know,
right.
You know, so in like, I don't know, 7 or 18 years, I think the phone will be mine. So
that's what I think that's the greatest thing. Cause I was looking at that. I was like, oh man, for this like sick ass fucking Galaxy, it's only like $40 a month, and I was like, wait, how much is that phone? Oh my god, I'll be paying this thing. I think like we will be graduating high school, and I'll put the final payment on that phone in.
Here's a good way for you to really strap into that is when you see like that $40 a month or whatever, be like, yo, that's most of a Switch game.
Yeah,
like I could buy a new game every month.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong.
You know, yeah. Because that was what happened with me, actually, like with the 11. Because, again, it was almost brand new. It was like 2 months, 3 months, whatever, after they came out, you know. So there was 0 discounts on them, basically, you know.
Right.
And I think the amount that it would have cost me to get, and I'm getting like bare bones model, you know. I'm not getting the bigger, fancier one or whatever. But
it's got a pull start.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's all right, you know. I just always have to plug mine in somewhere, but whatever. Nobody.
Yeah, it's okay. Walk around with a big battery pack.
Yeah, like it's the original cell phones.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I got the Plus. Like, okay, it's got like a car battery in the back. You know.
Yeah, right.
Hey, somebody give me a jump. But, you know, I was looking at how long, like the amount per month, and I'm like, ooh, you know, because I think it was something like you were saying, like 40, 45 a month or something. And I'm like, yikes, like, yeah, I can't do that. That's too much for me. You know, I don't know.
Right.
You know, it's like, can't I just rent a phone? Like,
I had to call prepaid burner phones, Brian.
yeah. Well, you kind of can, because some of or at least for a little while, some of the places had that, like, where you get a new one, like, automatically.
It was like a lease program, basically,
yeah,
for phones.
but you have to turn the old phone back in and whatever, and, you know, and like any lease program, I mean, you can make the, you know, argument of the merits and the, you know, downsides to them, you know.
Right.
Because really, does it mean anything to own your own phone anymore other than you're not paying on one currently?
Not really.
I mean, there is trade-in value on them for a short time, you know.
Right.
I actually did just see a thing. Sprint today was like, you know, we'll give you an iPhone 11, you just trade in a 6 Plus or 6 something or newer, and I'm like, wow, they're going all the way back to the 6.
Yeah, but that's
You know?
Sprint.
No.
service.
I agree. I'm not a Sprint fan either, but I was still like, I was surprised they would go back that far.
Right.
You know, because I figured they'd go back to the 8s. I didn't figure they'd want the 6s, but they probably still sell them in, you know, other countries for dirt cheap prices and still make a killing. Yeah.
And they still got that awful Sprint reception overseas. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know there's probably people listening going, whatever, Sprint's the greatest, and that's fine, because I notice with cell phone companies, everybody, you know, it's just like a lot of things, we all have our favorites, you know.
I just know that, actually I can't really speak on it. I mean, the other person that resides in this house has a Sprint phone, and she gets decent service.
Yeah.
All I do know, though, is when I went to Mexico, I had free texting and voice calls down there.
Right.
So.
Yeah. But, you know, the downside to that is, you know, Verizon generally costs more money. So.
You know, my Verizon is actually because I got grandfathered in some shit, you know?
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then they sent me a thing like, hey, buddy. I'm like, what's up, Mr. Verizon?
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you want to go, like, paperless auto pay? We'll knock $10 off your bill. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pay it every month anyway.
Yeah.
Sure. So my bill was actually quite cheap compared to a lot of other people.
The grandfathering thing is the deal right there.
Yeah, baby.
Because
I've been a Verizon guy for a long time.
It is amazing. Like, I'm constantly watching their plans and stuff because they change them so frequently that there was not that long ago, the way they changed one of them, I was like, oh, I can take that one and knock like $30 a month off my bill. And I'm basically still getting essentially the same thing. Yeah. And I don't use all of what I get anyway. So, cause I don't, you know, I'm home most of the time, so I'm not using a ton of data.
Speaking of data.
Oh, Star Trek talk. Sweet.
No, but I do kind of want to watch Picard.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay for the service though.
So like over the weekend, I was, I had a nice little chat interaction with our friend Cheeto Bandito.
Mm-hmm.
He was wanting to play a little Call of Duty, which it always seems like when he wants to play some Call of Duty, I'm always out and about doing shit. Like I think I was leaving to go get tacos.
Yeah, well, that's important shit right there.
Very important.
Yeah.
Shit. Which, by the way, having tacos and not having cerveza was an odd feeling. This is bullshit right now.
Yeah.
Stupid dry January.
And no margaritas either.
No margs. Just an iced tea like a gentleman.
What? Who drinks tea
with
tacos?
I guess I do. But
I don't know who you are anymore.
Yeah. but he was talking about how Call of Duty's got a new update, right?
Yeah.
And I did update mine, but I didn't look at it because I was like, I'll get to it eventually. I've actually been kind of playing some Skyrim lately.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got to go back. He took a screenshot. I have to see you. So there was 2 updates, right?
Yeah.
One update, Brian, was 9 gigs.
Yeah.
The other was 12 gigs.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Seriously. Yeah, that stuff is killing me.
I bet.
Because I don't know I forgot how much we get a month, but it's it's on the low end, and it's other shit that kicks my ass is like, perfect example this weekend. Last night, WWE had an NXT event called Worlds Collide where they had NXT versus NXT UK, right?
Did Power Man play it?
No.
God damn it.
I know, they should have, because they could have probably got him for like a t-shirt, but...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You'd be like, well, dude, we'll give you guys all WWE t-shirts.
Yeah.
And 1 ticket each for the concession stand.
1 ticket each.
Like, man, we're pretty hungry, so...
Like, cool.
Right, fire up the gear, guys.
Like, guys, we can just sell the t-shirts to other people for food.
Yo, I'll trade you the shirt for that brat.
Dude, I paid $40 for this brat.
Exactly.
You can give me 2 t-shirts. Deal. We'll split the brat.
Bro, you know I'm a vegan.
You can eat the bun then.
It's got brat juice on it. This ain't real meat.
Yeah, right. Snout don't count.
Snout don't count.
So, but anyways, that's a couple hour event. And then tonight is the Royal Rumble, which will be like a 4-hour event. So it's like, that's 6 hours of streaming. Like, I can't watch that unless I'm going to do a pay-per-view thing, which would be stupid. Because why would I pay $50 or $60 for something and get for $10 by just getting the WWE network,
Agreed.
But it's like, that still though, that's 6 hours of streaming right there. It's like, like, and that's without watching any of their other stuff, so for me, it gets tough. Like, I've been skipping a lot of wrestling because honestly, because of the video game downloads this last month. So many games were updating and it was killing me.
Right.
So, I heard about those updates and was like, ooh, boy.
Yeah,
like,
it's brutal.
Yeah. That game has been the biggest data suck of any game I've owned.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, I haven't even, I don't know what's in the update yet. I haven't played it. I know there's some rumors online of them putting in, Battle Royale stuff.
Yeah.
Which would explain maybe some of the giant downloads.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Jesus.
And if so, I'll be extra angry because I have zero interest in Battle Royale. Like, none at all.
Yeah, I've played a couple of them, and they're always meh.
Yeah.
I'd rather just play the maps I like, and the guns I've already ground through to, get all this cool shit for.
The format of Battle Royale, I'm not great at any of those games, so Battle Royale makes no sense for me,
Right.
Like, I played Fortnite, I've played, what are the other ones?
Pub or whatever.
Yeah, Underground.
Yeah. Overwatch, right? Isn't that one of them too? I don't even know.
No, Overwatch is like a team-based.
Oh, okay. This is how much I don't know.
No, Overwatch I enjoyed, actually. Overwatch was a lot of fun. But I just don't dig Battle Royale games like that. They're just not my cup of tea, which is fine. But it's like, if you're gonna put that in the game, make it an optional download.
Right.
Like, hey, if you want to play this mode, you have to download this. Like, then I'd be cool with it.
Fair enough.
But to make me download something I'm not going to use like that, I'm like, man, if that's the case.
Like, bro, it's brutal. What are you doing?
You're killing me. So, unless I, take my PlayStation to somebody's house who has unlimited or something like that.
Yeah, right.
Do that and then go download all the shit. Man. Trust me, I've thought of it in the past.
Just take it to a Starbucks.
Yeah, right.
Like, what are you doing, sir? Updating my PlayStation.
Yeah,
yeah, and enjoying this cool lime refresher.
Right. They don't have those anymore.
I'm sure if they asked, though, you could probably.
The last time I asked, they said they don't even have the stuff, so.
Oh, that explains that Starbucks arson.
Yep.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. I mean, I had nothing to do with it, of course.
No, of course not.
Right.
Of course not.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway.
Coincidence and shit.
That stuff's brutal though. And I really hope as we go forward with games that they get a little more aware of this, because I think we're really hitting that cross point where I really think unlimited data needs to start just becoming the regular.
Yeah, the way internet should be just a utility, by the way.
Right.
It shouldn't, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. Unlimited data should just be a thing. And maybe just you have different speeds.
Yes. Because if I had unlimited but a slower speed and you charged me less money, I'd get it. You know, like, hey, you have unlimited, you can download all you want, but it's going to run at this rate, so it's going to be slow. You know, be like, okay, you know, just, you know, like a human, like, you know, maybe I could run 5 miles, but it's going to take me a long ass time. Who are we kidding? I'd die after about 10 feet, so.
Wow, 10 feet, eh?
Yeah.
Damn right.
Trying to give myself a goal, you know, like.
You gotta have goals.
Yeah.
You gotta set goals.
Take 2 steps. Falling over, gripping
myself.
myself.
Hear that ringing?
Yeah. Is that a death rattle?
Anyone don't see that guy in the black cloak?
I thought he was part of the race. He's the reason I'm having my best time. Staying out in front of him. Oh, man. But
yeah, no, I agree with you. Unlimited data should probably just be a thing now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure eventually we're getting to that point.
Yeah.
Because it's like everything's online now.
Exactly. And it's like, well, if everything is streaming, but data caps exist, it sucks. You know, and it's like, and the thing is, like, you can't, like me, I can't really, yes, if I could add, oh God, I think it's like $50 a month for me to add unlimited to our, internet package.
Right.
That's not doable, you know? So in the meantime, it's like, okay, well, you know, now I can't enjoy as much as I'd like to, you know?
Right.
But whatever. I mean, you have to work within your parameters, you know, so.
It's true.
I just have to make decisions.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been missing out on stuff I'd like to watch and I haven't been streaming as much stuff as I used to because of this kind of stuff. So, you know, what can you do?
I mean,
you know,
you might have to shut down your Simpsons porn server.
Never, dude. Never. I don't care if it does look like it's something that's running on DOS.
How many pixels is in this?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I don't know, 3 or 4.
Couple. Use your imagination. There's colors.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, there's only 12 of them, but
yeah, whatever. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh man, yeah. But so yeah, I guess if you haven't downloaded that update, you know, beware.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I fired up my PlayStation. I just put it in rest mode, so it should does
that's
the
what
stuff
I
in
do
the background. Too. But I bet you I have to load the game to actually install all the updates.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should probably do that.
Well, you know, really, what becomes the worst part too is if you have more than one console that you play on.
Right.
Like I have an Xbox One also, so there's updates for games for that. As well as my PlayStation. And I don't have a Switch, thank God, at the moment. So,
right,
you know, if I did, there'd be updates, I'm sure, for those games too. You know, it's like, not to mention just app updates on those things, you know?
Well, even on your phone.
Right. Or system updates on the Xbox and PlayStation. You know, it's like none of that stuff counts as free, you know?
I mean, I wish I could visually see the amount of data floating in the air. I'd probably lose my mind, but that'd be fucking dope. For like 5 minutes, just let me see that.
I mean, I guess if you got on some like ayahuasca or some mushrooms or something, you might be able to.
Maybe I need a spirit journey.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or according to Rogan, you know, if you get one of those sensory deprivation tanks and meditate while you're in there, you can have like an out of body thing. So. Yeah,
I just want to see the data streams, man.
Yeah. Now I'm picturing Data, the Star Trek character, on Twitch. You know, the Data streams.
Yeah, he's just
Dude, he sells hats that are called Data caps. Oh, man.
Oh, god damn it.
And they're just those shitty, like the MAGA hats. Like
Yeah,
just that.
says Data.
Yeah, it just says like Data or Data caps on them or whatever. They're not even quality hats. They're just shit hats. Yeah.
It's hot garbage.
Hottest of garbage.
Hottest of garbage.
Yeah. Like they're worse quality than truck stop hats, you know?
Right. You can pry from my cold dead hands right next to Data Cap.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be you'd have a great channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Data stream.
Yeah.
Someone's got to have that as a name for a channel, by the way. The Data stream.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I doubt it's Brent Spiner doing it.
I mean, if it was, that'd be even better.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fantastic if it was. Yeah. But man.
I mean, I don't know what that guy's up to. I know he's in Picard because I've seen a still shot of him and Jean-Luc sitting out like enjoying a cup of lemonade or whatever the hell they're doing.
Probably Earl Grey. Hot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine. Like, I wonder what Data drinks. Because he doesn't need to drink.
I mean, I would imagine if he drank something, you'd have to throw him in a big old bin of rice.
I hope that he's more like Bender, to where he does, you know, he just needs to drink to survive.
Yeah, right.
Like when his liquor level gets low, he starts getting out of control.
Classic Bender.
Yep. Like, quick, somebody get Data some scotch.
Man, I'm looking forward to getting to that scotch that after Christmas. I've been just looking at it.
Not too
sitting right over here in a box, right behind me.
Not very far away.
I know.
The 26th. You know, speaking of,
yeah,
I didn't even realize it until I was thinking about it today. It's like I've inadvertently done dry January as well because I have not had that I can think of anyway. I guess unless you count that I use a Scotch ale in a beef stew I made.
No, that's a cooking if it doesn't count.
Right. So other than that, yeah, I don't think, and I didn't even like take a drink out of the beer. I just poured it all in. So.
Well, that's clearly you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I know. I know. So yeah, I think I inadvertently have pretty much done it too. Not on purpose, and I honestly, don't care, but it's just what's happening.
You know how I'm going to celebrate February 1st, Brian?
Drink that bottle of scotch?
No.
Oh.
I've got some delicious hop slam upstairs waiting for me.
Oh, yeah. I need to go get some. I still haven't gotten any. According to friend of the show, Brad, that's in the beer group we're in or whatever, he said Kroger had a bunch of it, so...
What was weird is, I mean, we're going local here, but where I live now, there's that food town on Central Avenue. It's not too far from me.
Yeah.
They've got actually a decent beer selection. Mm. I was there earlier in the week at Hop Slam. They didn't have it tonight when I went.
Yeah.
But you know what they have? Is they still have Mas Agave from Founders.
Really?
Yeah, they got like 3 of them.
Huh.
And that's not, you don't find that. That's hard to find now.
Yeah. I would think so.
Part of me is like, I thought about just grabbing it, just throw, just kind of set it aside or something. But
yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, right. Like, dude, that could be money going toward my new phone.
Yeah, sick, bro. Yeah, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised at the beer selection because it's like just a little shit grocery store, basically.
Yeah.
Decent beer corner, though. I
think it helps a store like that if they can do something like that, because. Because you've even seen, I mean, the bigger grocery stores have smartened up to it too.
Yeah.
Walmart's still not great about it. I've looked they've got some okay stuff, but they don't get real deep. They're still mostly domestic. But again, it's your
clientele.
Knowing your clientele. Because if you go into Target actually has quite a few craft beers.
Yeah.
They're the bigger name craft beers, but it's still craft beer,
I'm pretty sure the craft beer at Walmart is like Bud Ice.
I'm
just saying.
Might be. Might be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like some high-end shit.
Yeah. So here's something I saw the other day for like our local areas. There's going to be like a Seltzer Fest.
What?
It's called like the Fizz Fest or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah.
Fizz Fest, more like Jizz Fest, am I right?
I was like, I just find it fun. Like, part of me wants to go to this though, mainly just to people watch. I just want to see what kind of crowd shows up for this. I mean, on one hand, it's going to be a lot of, white girl wasted, but
I mean, I saw the T-shirt I would have to own if I went to this fest.
Yeah.
Have you seen those White Claw T-shirts? It just says, there ain't no laws if you're drinking
Oh,
claws.
yeah. God. So terrible.
I would totally wear that to Fizz Fest.
I mean, I don't know what it's called. I just said Fizz Fest because it was...
Oh, okay. Well, that's what it's called now. I don't care what they call it. It's forever going to be known as Fizz Fest.
Fizz Fest, yeah. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, you know what? I was right, actually. It's the Toledo Fizz Festival. That's what it's called.
Oh, my God.
Ain't no laws at this party. This is an event for seltzer
I see what they're doing.
enthusiasts, young and old, who aren't afraid to show their love for the summer's hottest trend. 'Cause it's summer.
Is it take place in summer, maybe?
Yeah, it's
in their advertising way early?
It's in July, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if we could get press passes to this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a live remote.
All right. So let's see real quick. Sorry to everyone who doesn't give a shit. General admission ticket package, $40. You get 10 samples and you get general admissions access to the Mud Hens game. Cause it's at Hensville, I guess. Looks like it's at Fleetwood.
That's suicide time, but all right.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre.
I'm surprised the Mud Hens aren't wearing like seltzer jerseys or something, like White Claw jerseys.
It's something, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's way more
Seltzer
money than I
Fest.
would pay for seltzers.
I'm not going to hate on seltzers too much because,
Right.
I've had them occasionally because it's like light and refreshing and there's like no sugar,
Right.
It's, yeah.
Well,
and they're boozy.
If you're willing to bump it up to $65,
oh, geez.
you get 15 hard seltzer samples, all you can eat buffet, tickets to Fleetwood's rooftop for the Mud Hens game, and entertainment from DJ One Time on the Hensville Park stage.
Well, did you say DJ One Time?
I did. I mean, really, five more samples and all you can eat buffet for $15 ain't terrible.
Plus rooftop viewing of the game. I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm not either. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still more.
I've never been up there. What the fuck? Oh my God, a cat just rubbed against my leg. I wasn't expecting that.
What's weird is you don't have a cat. No.
I'm not mad at the idea of going to see a game up there on that roof.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But $65 for Seltzer Fest?
Well, that's the VIP ticket package.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Does it at least come with a T-shirt,
nope,
a hand job?
Nothing. No. Well, I mean, hand job maybe. I don't know what exactly.
To the grundle, anything?
I don't know exactly what DJ One Time does, but It just says entertainment. It doesn't say what. Could be handies for the crowd. I don't know.
Could be.
Could
be. That's how he spins the ones and twos.
Right.
He just goes around and ski poles people.
Yeah. Wow, that'd be a weird festival.
Right.
I'm going to go hit the slopes. Like, where are you skiing? Who's anything about skiing?
Yeah, no wonder to make those giant goggles.
Yeah. Well, safety first,
Safety first.
Man. I mean, plus, some of these people get, 10 or 15 seltzer samples in them, You never know what could happen.
Yeah, things might get crazy.
There's going to be a lot of woo going on there.
I somehow don't think there's going to be any double-digit barrel-aged seltzers.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Ugh. How terrible those would be.
I'm just going to put this out there. If you're down for Seltzer Fest, you could swing the ticket. I'm down for Seltzer Fest. I'm just saying. Just for the event.
All right, we'll have to keep this in mind because I might be down for Seltzer Fest just for just for the stories, if nothing else. Because doing an enthusiast off of Seltzer Fest, or I'm sorry, Fizz Festival.
Yeah, Fizz Festival. Dev, you listening?
The Toledo. Yes. Seriously, Dev has to go with us.
This is what we find out if Dev listens to the podcast.
like it a lot. Well, speaking of fizz, I'm going to have a drink of my nice spicy water here.
Oh, I have a spicy water here on deck, ready to go after I finish my hot cup of tea.
Nice blackberry citrus.
'Cause
Store
hot
brand.
tea is delicious.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
Mhm.
I'm not really a tea drinker, so.
Oh, man, I don't know what to tell you. You got to be a fancy gentleman like myself, I guess.
I've tried. I haven't found one I like, so. I have some ginger honey that I got that apparently is supposed to help with, like heartburn, like, prevention and whatnot.
Right.
I just can't bring myself to drink it.
I mean, to be fair, I had a
Real quick, how do
ginger-
you not have a sound drop of that?
Oh shit! I'm gonna add that to my notes.
Anyway, right. Carrying on.
I had because I've been all about that QQ kitchen lately, son.
Right.
By all about it, I mean I ate there once in the past week.
Right.
They have a ginger honey there that was like so gingery, it was spicy. It was incredible.
Oh wow, that's easy
Anyway,
to do though.
I'm sure people are like, "This is great dick jokes, guys."
Yeah, right. I mean, jeez.
Yeah. I know what they're actually thinking.
Horse shit. Probably.
Accurate.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't, just, for a quick coverage here is, I really don't have much from my week to talk about. I didn't really do a whole lot this week. So.
I mean, I've got some stuff.
Yeah.
Not a lot though. I mean, I went to the, I went to the museum yesterday.
Yeah.
I went to the light and shadow exhibit. That was fucking dope.
Yeah. I from your pictures were pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, I bet that's going to be a really cool thing to go see. They were showing it on the news and I'm like, it just doesn't, like, I feel like you got to go experience it.
It was cool. It was just basically, the only complaint would be it was only 3 rooms.
And not enough shadow
And
puppets.
you have to buy tickets to go see this. Like, it's additional charge.
Well, that makes sense. A lot of those exhibits
I get
are,
it,
yeah.
which I get.
Yeah.
But I was kind of thought it'd be more than, but whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like basically what it is, or you can look at my Instagram, the monotony on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a structure in the middle of the room with basically a light bulb in it, and it's just the shadows it casts.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
The way
there's actually 2 exhibits going on right now. We were going to do both, but the other one's called Fireflies on the Water, and it's sold out immediately.
Oh yeah, that one looks really cool.
Yeah, we're going to try to see that one next weekend.
Yeah, that one looks dope too. Yeah, of the 2, that would be the one I'd be more excited to go see. So it makes sense it sold out faster. Yeah.
Oh, and you know what they had at the art museum gift shop?
Data caps.
Besides cool art. No.
Damn it.
You know how I have well, actually they're not up. They're in a box somewhere. Normally on top of my little liquor cabinet here, I have multiple like cocktail shakers.
Yes.
They've got a cocktail shaker that looks like a spray paint can.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. I need that in my life.
I agree. I think you need that in your life. Hell, I need one of those in my life.
And you know what's funny is I looked it up on Amazon. It's cheaper at the gift shop.
Oh, that is weird.
How is that possible?
Because usually the gift stores or shops like that are more. So,
yeah, I was expecting it to be, more.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's actually like $3 less, and I could just get it. I don't have to wait for shipping.
Right.
Anywho, so I had that as a highlight. I guess the other highlight would be
how funny would it have been though if like the first 2 rooms of that were like that thing that you saw, that big object with the light in it, and it's cool with all the shadows. You go in the next one, it's another one. Then the third one's just like some shadow puppets. There's some janky ass shadow puppets.
I mean, just a guy in the corner.
Yeah.
This is a snake.
Like, sorry, we didn't have enough to fill 3 rooms, so he's like, here's Abe Lincoln. Yeah,
I think I would actually enjoy that. Oh yeah, I got to put a thing up on her. But yeah, the last one was, I met my son for lunch on Friday, which is something we're going to start doing.
Yeah.
Not every Friday, but enough. And we were bullshitting outside. I'm like, I gotta go, dude. I'm so tired and stuff.
Out of curiosity, where'd you guys meet to eat?
QQ Kitchen.
I knew where. I just anyway. Couldn't help myself,
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But and then on my way out, there's this juice bar nutrition place right next door.
Yeah.
and this lady walked out with probably one of the most amazing asses I've ever seen.
Right.
And I was just like, holy, and I'm just walking like, Jesus. And
Like the kind that you're getting mad at, right? Because it's just too right.
Not even mad. I was just like, oh.
No, like, how the fuck does that even exist? Like,
oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But, and then it was just like, and I'm like, I'm clicking my, like, I'm still like, kind of like she got in her car, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Man. And then I'm like clicking my finger, and I'm like, why is my car not unlocking? Because I totally walked to the wrong car. I was so caught in the siren song of the booty.
I love that. I love it so much because, you know, peeling the curtain back, like, you texted me that, and I laughed so hard when you texted me. That was great.
I was just like, I sat in my car, I'm like, I gotta tell Brian about that. Like, I wanted to wait to the podcast, but I had to just tell somebody.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, because my reaction was to send you that gift back of from Dumb and Dumber. Like, nice ass. He must work out.
Yeah, I was a little taken.
Yeah, I guess.
It happens, though.
Yeah, it does. Right?
Anywho, but yeah, my week was, it was that. Like I said, I've just been playing some Skyrim and
get distracted by asses.
working again.
Right. Makes sense.
You know, that whole, like, overtime, that did not happen at all last week. I worked a lot, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's good or bad, depending on how you want to look at it.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah. Nice for the extra money, not so nice for the extra work.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Well, let's see what else we got here. Well, I guess we'll just get into stuffs then, because that's pretty much, what else?
Let's get into stuffs.
Yeah, over the last week here, we had like 2 or potentially 3 deaths that have really dominated streaming on or trending on Twitter. The first was Terry Jones of Monty Python fame.
Right.
Which,
he, known as Sir Lancelot. What an ass. Can't believe I did that.
Damn it, Tony. Yeah. I did like your caption, though, with the, like on the picture on, was it wherever you posted it, which was, I learned all the science I've ever known from him,
Yeah. Right.
Man.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But, it was pretty sad, like, reading a little bit about that. Oh, what was it? It was like some form of, was it like Parkinson's or dementia or something like that he had? I forgot. But,
I honestly didn't read what he died of.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up here because I want to get it right. I can't remember. Of course, none of these damn articles have it just in their little tagline.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, there he goes. He was diagnosed in 2015 with primary progressive aphasia, a form of frontotemporal dementia that impairs the ability to speak and communicate.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's always amazing, isn't it? How somebody can just be so prolific at literally that, speaking, communicating, whatever. That was his whole, thing.
Whole gimmick.
Yeah, and then for that to be your primary decline. It's so crazy how that is,
I know, right?
I guess really on another note, by the way, this is going to be the sad part of the show. You saw...
Oh, I mean, hold on, jeez.
Oh.
Why didn't you warn me?
Sorry.
Of course, why would the... There it goes. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's put that in the background.
Anyway, you saw that Ozzy has Parkinson's, right?
No, I didn't, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they announced it.
How
recently.
does he not have everything?
I don't know. Good question. But again, same kind of idea. You're hitting that situation to where, and it also makes sense because for a while, like when you saw him on TV and stuff, like he was shaking like crazy, but then They talked
I
about
he was DTing.
well, that was the weird part. Was they talked about how he got on different medications, and all of a sudden he was doing much better. And I was like, and now that kind of stuff makes a little more sense,
Right?
Because there are a lot of Parkinson's drugs that can really help those kind of things with people. But anyway, back to Terry Jones.
Back to Terry Jones.
Yeah. How many laughs did we have at the expense of the Monty Python crew growing up?
I mean, some of my favorite movies and gimmicks come from Monty Python.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. So
it's a real bummer, bro.
Yep.
But all things must pass.
That's right. So, yeah. And then the second one that, took over Twitter was apparently in an upcoming Super Bowl commercial, Mr. Peanut dies.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't understand.
I don't know why anyone cares.
The only thing that would make it amazing is if they show his funeral, instead of a coffin, it's a jar of peanut butter. Because that would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would, yeah. But it looks like, I guess from the commercial, he sacrifices himself to save, I forgot who it is now, 2 celebrities or something like that. So, and I mentioned in a Twitter group I was in, I was like, well, he's finally paying for all of his, all the people that, he's killed or tried to asphyxiate over the years.
I mean, little known, he's the world's most deadly assassin.
Yeah. But I don't know, whatever. It's I don't know, man. It's I never had any affinity for or fondness for Mr. Peanut,
Snappy dresser.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't knock his his monocle and top hat and cane game, but I mean, I guess you really, I mean, it's pretty nice. He gets to just parade his nuts around and not have to wear pants. So
it's true. Do you think Mr. Peanut has a cousin or a brother who's also a pimp and he's Mr. D's nuts?
Oh, I hope so. I hope that's the move they're going, if
not, this should be a drawing.
To be more hip with the kids and whatnot,
Yeah, but they do it all wrong. It's 90s hip.
Oh,
got,
yeah.
The knuckle rings and shit.
Yeah, he's going to be like Poochie from The Simpsons.
Yes.
It's going to just be the worst.
Yeah, Mr. Peanut dying. I don't...
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen enough cartoons and read enough comic books. He's not dead.
Yeah.
Earth 2, Mr. Peanut's going to show up. He's got slightly different powers, but he's okay still.
Well, I guess that's the first question we have to ask is, was the Flash anywhere near Mr. Peanut? Because if so, the Flash probably killed Mr. Peanut. So
Probably.
With his sloppy timeline running,
I mean, that's what happens when you're the Flash. You just run around and alter time for some reason.
Yeah, whoopsies. I just, ruined everything.
Yeah, way to go, you jerk.
Well, I guess I've got to kill myself to fix everything, because that's pretty much, 90% of DC's crossovers from the 80s and 90s. So
Kevin McAllister's uncle comes in. Look what you did, you little jerk. Flash is just oh.
I mean, he's not wrong, though.
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, man. But, and then, the third one was today, and boy, talk about a surprise.
Yeah, for sure.
Was Kobe Bryant and his daughter and I think there's 7 other people on the helicopter. Were in a helicopter crash and died. And Kobe's my age.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird.
It is crazy.
Whenever someone that's the same age as you dies, sometimes it kind of is whoa, I mean, I'm not comparing my life to his because he's clearly done way more things than me, but,
well, it's real sad because his daughter was with him too.
Yeah, that's the thing is I saw a lot of people arguing on Twitter today over it because of, going back to the rape allegations and whatnot. And I was like, you know what, regardless, I'm not going to celebrate someone's death generally. No. I mean, there's a case, don't get me wrong. If I heard Hitler, if I was around when Hitler, allegedly killed himself, maybe I would have jumped up and down a couple times. But
Huzzah!
Yeah, like
Huzzah!
like good, but generally I don't celebrate, somebody dying like in actuality.
Yeah, I'm with you on there. 'Cause
And
it's like,
no matter what, it's like, I've said this before to people, like when you see somebody who's done something awful and in court, you'll see like the person's mom and dad just crying and all this stuff, and people are like, how could you cry for them? They're a monster. And it's like, yeah, but it's still son or father or whatever. And like in this scenario, it's the same thing. Even if he was a piece of shit to his kids, he's still dad.
right.
And, we both understand what it's like to lose a dad, It ain't fun. I don't care what your dad has or hasn't done. It's not a cool place to be,
Yeah,
And to his wife, she lost someone. They've been together since they were like 17.
right.
So that's, so it's one of those where it's like, look, if you think it's a tragedy, that's fine. That's your opinion. If you don't, that's also fine. That's your opinion. But yeah, this is one of those times where it's like, you really just don't have to try to force your opinion down someone else's throat.
No, exactly.
Like, it's okay for all of us to feel how we feel about it. I mean, on the court, easily one of the greatest of all times. I think they said in like 2 weeks will be the voting for this year's Hall of Fame, and he's eligible for the first time. I mean, there's never been a question, he's
Right.
first ballot Hall of Famer easily. But, like I said, the off the court stuff's a whole different story. I mean, that's, you can't overlook that, much like OJ, again, on the field, OJ, one of the greatest running backs ever played football.
Right.
Off the field, one of the worst criminals ever, 'cause
Yeah. A little stabby.
yeah. I mean, I guess maybe he's not. He could, technically got away with the one, but anyway, it's,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Booger, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, if it wasn't for Kobe, we never would have heard Shaq say, "Tell me what how my ass tastes," or whatever.
That's true. You're right. Yeah. Well, and it's, I saw somebody on Twitter post a compilation of, people missing, like shooting at their garbage can with a paper ball, the old Kobe thing that everybody used to do. Yeah. You just yell Kobe as you're shooting and you generally miss because you're not Kobe.
You're not Kobe. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was, we're sitting at Leah's birthday and like, Jeannie's brother was asleep on the little chair and he just woke up and he was like, "Oh my God, Kobe's dead." We're all like, "What?"
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And I grabbed my phone, went to Twitter and I was like, "Holy shit, that's crazy."
Yeah. That's what I say.
Yeah.
It is a shame. It's a shame he's dead, but it's a more of a shame that, his 13-year-old daughter, gets taken away before she really got to live any sort of a life, So, yeah, that's all this stuff though, like I said, to somebody this is, it's sad. Whether you think it is or isn't is another story, but you just don't have to be a dick to somebody else about it,
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah. Oh, listen, if the woman who, accused him of rape, if she's like, "Yeah, I'm glad he's dead," I ain't gonna like yell at her for it,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, you're justified,
Yeah.
So, like I
Or
said,
if like he went out like with a heroin overdose, you'd be like, "Yeah, you got it coming."
Yeah.
This is just accidental.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And, and also, again, I don't want to, like, try to overdo one side versus the another or something, because, again, you can form your own opinion. I'm not trying to form anybody's opinion. But I know over the last few years and stuff, like, he had started various academies and was really, like, mentoring, like, working on mentoring, basketball, like, young basketball players and stuff. And he was kind of seen as a mentor to, some of the younger players in the league also. I guess, like, they could text him and he would, like, break down their game for them or whatever. Like, he just was kind of being that guy. So, yeah, I'm sure, obviously touched a lot of people's lives because of basketball, but
Right.
yeah. So, yeah, there you go. I think that's all. You have any other deaths to throw in?
I mean, not off the top of my head.
Just any sad news in general you just want to pitch in there? I mean, we're in the...
I mean, no, I think we're good right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was heavy.
It's got us heavy. Yeah. They turn off the sad music. All right.
Yeah.
We're back to our regularly scheduled program.
Right. I got one more thing you want. I could do an old man rant if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, why not, man?
All right. So, old man rant. This week, Twitter introduced in the chat rooms to where now when somebody makes a comment in the chat room, you can use an emoji to react to it.
All right.
Instead of just posting it in the room, like if you're like, blah, blah, comment, and I'm like, oh, that's hilarious, and I just want to type laughy face, instead of just using that emoji, now I can tap, there's a little heart icon next to or by the comment, you can tap that, or double tap the comment, and then you can select from a limited set of emoji.
Why? Are you trying to like save space for some reason?
I don't know.
Understand.
But I'll tell you what, dude, I've been so annoyed by it. Here's why.
Because people love it.
Well, that too. But I know you and I share this. That it's like when we see badges on our phone, we want to clear them off, right?
Oh, it gives you notifications.
Every one of them.
Oh.
So the other day, I'm like, holy shit, I've got like 30 comments or 30 things on my Twitter. I open it up and I'm like, there's only like 4 or 5 comments here. The rest of these are just these little emoji things. What bugs me is a lot of times the people who are using these are the types that basically would have just not said anything and lurked before. And I'm fine with that. You know, it's like, you know, if you're sitting in a room and one person makes a comment, you don't need everybody to make some sort of a comment or noise on it, you know?
Yeah, for sure, right?
Like if people laugh, they laugh. If they don't, that's fine too, you know, whatever. But now it's like, it's just so many of these. And so many times now I'm opening it up and the only notifications it's for is so-and-so reacted to this. And it's like, I don't fucking care. Especially if it isn't my comment.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Like
and is there anything in the settings to turn it off? Or anything?
The only way you can turn it off so
Come
far,
on, Twitter.
The only way you can turn it off is to mute the whole room, which means I'll get 0 notifications then. Which means I'll forget about a room, basically.
Right.
So I don't want to do that. But it's like... You know, I hated them.
Sucks.
As soon as I saw what they were, I was like, dude, this is Facebook-y.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Like, people...
Well, they did it, though.
People have left Facebook for Twitter at times because they don't want Facebook. Don't bring Facebook to Twitter. You know?
Right.
Like,
for sure.
So, yeah. If you don't use Twitter chat, then it doesn't matter, I guess. You know, but... Like me, most of my Twitter usage is in those rooms, and now I'm being annoyed by the one thing I really liked about the site.
Right.
You know, because I don't go on my timeline a lot because it's pretty much all fucking politics now. You know?
Right.
So I, you know, tend to stay in the rooms I'm in, and now it's like, now I got to deal with this horse shit. And the thing is, there's people using them, like, ironically and stuff, you know, whatever. Like, and I'm like, quit using them. The more people use them, the more Twitter goes, well, look, they're being used like crazy.
Right.
If nobody used them, they'd probably take the feature away. But because people are using them, no matter for what purpose, they'll stick around. And this is not one of those things where, like, a month or 2 from now, I'll just be used to it. I'll still be annoyed by these in a month or 2 from now.
I mean...
Well, do you remember, like on Facebook originally, remember anytime someone made a comment, like if you commented on a post, anytime anyone made any comment, you would get a notification for it?
Right.
Super annoying. They finally got it to where, yeah, they finally got it to where you could reply directly to a comment, and then if it wasn't your comment, you didn't get that. And if Twitter does that, it won't bother me as much.
Right.
You know, but the fact that I get every... You know, if 10 people put a heart thing on one person's in-room comment, then I get 10 responses. Then none of them are relevant to me. Why would I want that? Why would anybody want that?
Yeah, no one wants that.
Yeah. So, anyway. All right. Old man ran over.
Good job, Ryan. I liked it.
Oh, I know that's totally an old man rant, because so far I've seen too many people really like it. And it seems very polarizing. Either people love it or they hate it, you know?
I mean, I think if you could turn off,
yeah,
you know, the whatever.
Well, if you could just turn off, like I said, the notifications, make it to where I only get notified.
I don't know why I'm brain dead on that.
Yeah, but if they react
to me,
turn
those off, then who gives a shit?
Right.
But if you can't, then it's a problem.
Yeah, or like I said, at least pare it down to where I only get notifications if they react to my comment.
Right.
Because what I don't get is this. If you make a comment and person B leaves a little heart emoji on your comment, what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, exactly.
Why do I care? You know, because literally my thought on this is if they felt strongly enough about it, why didn't they just post the heart emoji for the whole group? Honestly, I'd prefer that because then it's only one freaking notification.
For sure.
All right. All right. Tell me you got something to save us from that.
I do.
All right,
I do,
good.
actually.
Good.
What I got, Brian, this actually came from our pal Garrett in the old Salty Language Twitter group.
Yeah.
Which feel free to join if y'all want. I think you just search what Salty Language. I don't even know how it works.
I don't know if you can just join it, but you contact us. We can add you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, Brooklyn man registers a beer as an emotional support animal.
Right.
You know what else I need as a sound drop?
What's that?
A little they say a hero. Little Nickelback. Everyone hates it, but I think it'd be hilarious.
God damn it. That's not just Nickelback. That's the guy from Saliva, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's from the Spider-Man soundtrack.
Yeah. So, he's a self-described 47-year-old ideas man.
So unemployed.
Yeah, basically. He registered successfly as a support animal through the U.S. Service Dog Registration. I don't know how this even happens.
I don't know, man.
That the 16-ounce lightly hopped session IPA served in a regular bar pint glass. I don't know how that's possible. I have no idea.
Well, I have questions on this, but is there more to the story?
There's a little bit. It's just basically, like you said, he registers his beer so he can have emotional support on public transportation. He says, I travel from upstate to Brooklyn a lot. On the bus, they say it's a crime to smoke or have an alcoholic beverage unless by written consent. He wondered how he could get that consent. He's like, not that I'm an alcoholic.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he chose a session beer, because he's clearly not an alcoholic. Yeah.
And, someone from the service dog registration says he can register his beer all day long. It's not going to get him anywhere. Because, he says that his emotional support beer was not automatically welcomed on buses or anything like that.
Right.
It was with a note from a doctor.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So,
yeah, go ahead.
So, first question. I have others, but first question is, well, if that's the case, then wouldn't a medicinal marijuana card kind of be your doctor's note?
I mean, kind of, right?
Can you just start lighting up J's on the bus and say, hey, I got a card?
Maybe.
I mean, I think you could make the argument.
Emotional support meth?
I don't know that you're going to get a doctor to sign off on that. If so, no credible doctor.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, Dr. Nick for sure. Yeah.
For sure.
On his card, it's doctor in quotation marks.
DOKTER.
Right. Doctor. All right.
So, yeah.
So question two. I mean, the only way that beer can really support you is by you drinking it, correct?
I would assume so. I can't imagine if you just hold it in a glass, you're like, man, this gives me comfort.
Right? Now, what if this is a long bus ride? Like, let's say you're on a bus ride from here to, I don't know, Chicago.
That's a long bus ride.
One support beer is not going to be enough for me. I'm going to need way more support than that.
You definitely need at least a support six-pack.
Yeah. So, is he allowed to then crack open a new one for more support?
Well, then he has a pack of emotional beers. Or whatever.
I'm just curious on the logistics of this. Me,
Yeah.
for a friend, of course.
Of course. Yeah. For a friend. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. From what it sounds like at the end of this article, it doesn't work at all.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm sure it's just ridiculous.
And
yeah.
Truth be told, the guy looks like a psychopath in the picture they have of him.
That's fair.
Yeah. We'll go to saltylanguage.com, check out the links.
Right.
I'll probably post this picture up on our Insta at some point too.
I am very curious though how like, it is interesting to me that he picked a session IPA for his, you know, cause then, you know, like I said, it makes it, at least you can add some legitimacy to your argument that way. Cause if you're rocking like a 13% as your support beer,
Right.
somebody's going to be like, like, no, you just want to be drunk on the bus, you know?
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Yeah. Like,
you know?
Like, this isn't even going to give me a buzz. It just helps. Or,
yeah.
Or, you know, like, I need to just start registering my support whiskey, you know?
Good old support whiskey.
Yeah, you know, just a flask of whiskey, you know?
People are weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of weird people, Brian, how do you feel about TikTok?
I feel too old for TikTok.
I agreed. I watch my daughter TikToking shit all the time, and I'm like, I don't get it.
And I've watched some, and it's just never been, like, I was never a Vine person.
Right.
You know? Like, I don't know. I've seen a couple funny things, but honestly, most of the time, it's just, I see it more as an annoyance.
It's not your jam, is what you're saying.
Not at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, apparently TikTokers, you know, because there's all challenges are all the rage, which we should come up with some sort of salty language challenge.
Right. Like, here's a good one. Salty language challenge 1. Get rid of TikTok.
Yeah. Like, maybe this could be a Q and a W for the future. What would the salty language challenge be?
Yeah.
But this guy on TikTok, and of course it went all the rage, is the new challenge is dipping your testicles into soy sauce.
Yeah.
To taste the soy sauce.
Right.
Which scientists have already said you cannot taste your testicles.
Right. Yeah.
I don't even care about the science behind it. Why the fuck are you dipping your testicles in soy sauce?
Well, first of all, let's go back to the days of us watching The State.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
And Ken Marino dipping his balls in things. But anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So here, what's funny to me is, like, God, can you imagine if you could taste with your testicles? Can you imagine just that awful taste we'd have on hot days?
Oh my God. Yeah, about like hour 7 into work. Like, anyone got a breath mint?
Yeah, you're just sticking it down your pants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Taping it to the back of my balls.
Fucking A, you ain't wrong. Just taping some
I
double mint to them.
Like, I just don't understand. It's like, you know, I know we talked about the Tide Pod thing, and I just, some of the shit I don't know. Kids these days, old man rant time.
Right. Well, I mean, it's funny because, you know, we're only able to do that because we didn't have these things when we were youths. So
I don't even think if we had these things when we were youths, we would be dunking our balls in soy sauce.
That's true. Yeah.
We'd be doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
But not, like, why soy sauce? I mean, I'm guessing the theory behind it is because your balls can taste umami, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Because the dude who did it, username Regan apparently, dipped his balls in soy sauce and started screaming he could taste the salt.
Wow. Do you know what's amazing? Here, watch this. Tony, look, I'm going to drink this blackberry citrus water and I bet you I can taste soy sauce. Oh my God, that was like drinking soy sauce. See what
Holy
I did there?
Shit.
It's called lying.
I have a raspberry lime spicy water. I wonder if mine tastes like soy sauce too. I can taste the saltiness.
Oh my God.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. That was the part I did see this. Like, that was my first thought was like, have you heard of an actor or a liar? Because ta-da!
Yeah, exactly. And the kids these days are like, oh my God, I'm doing it for the TikTok. Why don't you dip your balls into a bear trap?
Then I'd be impressed. Can you taste that?
Exactly. Tasty ouch, you bitch.
I mean, I can't blame them because, you know, any 6 seconds of fame that you get can equate to money. So
I know, but it just makes me sad sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like I was out in the kitchen and they had America's, air quote, funniest home videos on. And one of them was this guy, he leans into the camera and he's like, welcome to kicking like beer cans at your, like basically he's kicking a beer can trying to kick a field goal, right?
Right.
But his friends are the goalposts.
All right.
And this is 2:30 in the morning, which means they've probably had plenty of support beers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
they're well lubricated.
You can immediately see what's going to happen here. Someone's getting kicked right in the face with a beer can, right?
Absolutely.
And of course, that's exactly what happens is he kicks the beer can and pulls it hard left right into his friend's face, and, and you're just shaking your head. It's like, people are going to do dumb shit like that no matter what. And it's just like these platforms have just given people the opportunity to, like, I'm fine with, like, if somebody was like, holy shit, look at how stupid this person is. Like those videos I'm all for sharing and laughing at,
Oh, for sure. Right.
But I just, that's why I said these formats just don't do anything for me, because most of what I've seen are just really stupid.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, it's just, I'm sure it's a generational thing.
It's gotta be. And we are,
we're old,
40-year-old men now.
Yeah.
So we look at this, we're like, fucking dumb kids these days. But, look, I remember when I was about that age where I'd be dunking my balls in soy sauce, I was in a shiny shirt halfway up a tree, blitzed on beer.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, with a stupid fake ponytail in my hair.
Which, if anyone wants to see a picture of, I do have a picture of. Not you in the tree, but the shiny shirt and the hair.
Yeah, there you go.
I do have a picture of that, because we were over at your sister's house, because you decided to go knock on the door, even though it was like 2 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah, it was, how dumb was I?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said, it's, we're fortunately from a generation where all of our dumb shit didn't get captured on camera.
Yeah,
well,
just a little bit of it.
Most of it, yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Not like these days where everything's captured on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, no thank you, man. Can you imagine what this is going to be like in 20, 30 years for these people? Like, when they're hitting 40, 50, and their friends are like, hey, remember this? And they're just playing these videos.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, man. Good shit. Be like, dude, really? Like, come on, man. I'm I graduated from Harvard. I'm a respected lawyer. Can you not?
Exactly. Like, Jesus Christ.
Can you not show me dinking my balls in soy sauce?
Like, no, bro, check it out.
Yeah. That one friend of yours that's still a frat boy even though he's 50.
Oh, God, those people.
Your Matthew McConaughey friend.
Exactly.
The one that refuses to button or wear a shirt most of the time.
Yeah. And for sure needs to.
Yeah. Still wearing his shell necklace.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I still got stuff going on.
All right,
here.
let's go.
I still got stuff.
All right.
So, you've heard about the coronavirus, I presume.
Yes.
I mean, who hasn't, right?
Right. And for everyone listening, please stop with the Lyme disease jokes. It's been done to death. Moving on.
Yeah, that's fair. Apparently, the big winner in this whole coronavirus is the developers behind Plague Inc., the game.
Really?
Because it's got a severe uptick in sales because of this. Which, don't get me wrong, I have the game on my phone. It's a fantastic game. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. I've never even heard of it. Well, I've heard of it. I just am not familiar with it at all.
It's, it's you create a virus or a bacteria or a fungus or whatever, and the whole goal is to just kill everybody on Earth with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you just make something like TikTok. Or by the way, I don't know if you saw, there's a what's being called Vine 2.0 called Byte.
Byte? No, I'm unfamiliar.
BYTE that just came out. That I'm sure it'll be the rage for a hot minute or two.
Whoa, shit!
But anyway,
that sounds awful.
Yeah,
just to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
just to let you know.
So does this virus, though. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, a virus seems brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, and how fast it spreads, and
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, pretty fun stuff.
I mean, I guess the moral of the story is, don't
leave your house. Yeah.
I would say don't be overpopulated.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess there's that too.
Because that's kind of what happens, unfortunately.
Yeah. It is kind of funny, though, that game is, selling better.
I mean, can you blame it, though?
I mean,
You know, people are like, ooh, this whole crazy virus and stuff. And it's like, you know what?
You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? I want to pretend that I created that virus.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute.
Now you're getting it, Brian.
Yeah, you're right. No, man, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. What's the name of the game again?
Plague Inc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Is that from the same people who did, was it like Drugs Inc. or there was some other game that was, I can't remember what it was.
That I don't know, honestly.
Right. I feel like there was another game that had Inc. in the title like that was kind of like a drug empire kind of thing or whatever. Anyway, moving on.
I'm not sure about that one.
All right. What else you got?
I just got one more thing.
All right.
And this one's actually kind of surprising to me. I mean, you know, lately we've been talking about how you and I want to read more and shit.
Uh-huh.
Right? Oof, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, mic cord got in the way. So apparently in 2019, I find this hard to believe. More Americans went to the library than to the movies. But I have a theory.
Okay.
They went to the library because you can get on the internet there.
I'm sure that's some of it. Yeah. You also can get movies at the library, so I know there are still people doing that.
Right.
And movies have gotten pretty expensive, especially if it's like a family going to the movies.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Like one person going, whatever, no big, I mean, you can handle it, but to pay for 4 or 5 people to go buy concessions, it's like, I don't know, $700-800.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
I haven't checked my math, but I'm sure I'm close.
You're very close, definitely.
Especially if you're seeing 3D,
Yeah, I mean, at first I read that and I was like, whoa, that seems crazy to me.
It does, yeah.
And then the more I started thinking about it, I'm like, I bet you. Because every time I go to the library, every computer is full of people.
Yeah.
And they're checking Facebook or they're just playing games or. Yeah. So
which is so weird because I honestly thought by now you'd see less and less and less of that with phones and whatnot.
Right.
So it's really interesting to me that you still see that. I mean, I'm glad the resource is there for those who need it, want it, whichever side of the coin it is, Because I've read some stories about, how like there's kids who go to the library to use the internet still for schoolwork and stuff because they don't have access at home or whatever. So it's, I'm glad it's there because literally not having the internet is, it can stunt you in your learning for this generation because that's how it is done,
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right.
Yeah, because in our day, you went and got encyclopedias and research books and whatever, but you still had to go to the library. Most of us didn't have those at home,
Yeah, if you had an Encyclopedia Britannica set at home, 1, parents probably had all kinds of monies. 2, nerd alert.
Right. But I remember spending time at even the school library just, for the resource and stuff. Because especially then, because, the internet was still new. So even if you did have internet, it would still take forever to look anything up.
Oh, yeah.
At home, especially, because your speeds were not good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember spending lots of time. Even when I was in college, the first couple years of college I was in, I had internet at home, but I didn't have access to a lot of the stuff that, like design industry magazines and stuff like that. You weren't going to go find those on the internet very much. Now, yeah, you could probably find anything you want pretty much of that ilk, So,
yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah. That's an interesting number, though. Huh.
Yeah, I mean...
that's got to be sad if you're the movie theaters, I would assume.
Right, exactly.
So... Also, I think, a lot of people, audiobooks have become even bigger, I think, to some extent. But it's weird because, you can get a lot of audiobook stuff from just like the websites now. You don't even have to go to the library.
Yeah, that's true, too.
I wonder if that counts.
I don't know.
I wonder if audiobooks and ebooks count as going to the library because you're still using their website or, going through their portal or whatever.
Right.
Probably not, but I don't know, Yep.
That's all I can say is
Yep.
Yep.
What I'd love to believe is that it's because people are choosing to read more.
I would love to believe that too, but I kind of feel like that's not the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We can dream.
We could definitely dream.
Yeah. All right. Well, you said that's all you got there, right?
That's all I got there, mate.
All right. Well, let's do us some Q the W updates, I guess.
Yeah, I'd love that.
As soon as I pull them up, that is. All right, let's see. This first groups I have here is from the tweeter, and as soon as it opens, anyway, I'm gonna go into the Q of the W. The if you died with loot, would you drop question? And I already answered that one. I thought I had multiples, and I don't. So give me 1 second here. All right, so Chris Jackson, I can't say his name, at CP Jackson 79, said 3 pairs of lightly used steel-toed work boots, a multifunction switch for 1999 Ford Explorer, and probably many Ford vehicles manufactured during that time, approximately 6 dozen disc golf discs, a half-full box of hand warmers, and a stainless steel coffee mug. I do appreciate
that's some good loot, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I appreciate that it's that the boots are lightly used, and that the hand warmer is not a full box, but it's a half full box.
Yeah, half full box.
Yeah, which makes sense. You got to use them. So
I mean, I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. And that's, I believe, all I got for that one.
Oh, I got a couple of them over here.
Well, I have emails, I believe. Well, no, not for that one. I don't. Anyway, go ahead.
We'll start at we'll start over here at the good old fashioned Instagram. Just playing Rambo, our buddy Rambo. Which, by the way, get better, buddy. If you still listen to the show,
seriously,
dude got in a motorcycle accident. It's no bueno. I just saw a picture of him in a wheelchair on the Instagrams.
Yep.
Come on, man, what you doing? I know, according to what happened, he got hit, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Still sucks.
I do like that, he was embracing himself as Professor X.
Yeah, that's just very true.
Yeah.
But Rambo, he says, right now, painkillers, whiskey, hatred. And it goes bottled, I'd assume. That's what he would drop.
If I ever had a whiskey brand, hatred would be a great name for the whiskey.
Yeah, right. Bottled hatred.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he is just_plain_Rambo on the Instas.
Yep.
And then Casey Pierce, former enthusiast guest, at KCD Writes on Instagram. She puts comics, half-written stories in Word, a massage table, tarot cards, a room-sized collapsible copper pyramid, and some debt.
I like the debt. Can you imagine that? Like you kill a boss in a game and you acquire their debt.
That would be the worst.
You're sitting, you got 5,000-6,000 gold coins or whatever on you, but unfortunately for you, they owed 10 grand to something.
Yeah, exactly. So you're in the negative.
Yeah. Or better yet, you've got brutes coming after you to break your knees.
Right.
Oh shit. I got their student loan debt now.
And then Michelle, she says, Mexican Coke bottles, paintbrushes, and Reese's cups. That's tasty loot.
Yeah, that is good loot.
And then I also have more stuff on the Facebook, Brian, which, I guess we have to acknowledge Facebook is a thing.
Uh-huh.
So Jeff from Hoey says, I dropped the shit that'll be released from my bowels. That's terrible loot, my friend.
That is not a fun prize.
Not a fun prize.
Unless it was one of those quests to where they're like, I can bring your companion back to life, but I need you to go find these 5 items from these very large and hard to beat bosses. And one of them just happened to be the contents of the bowels of one of them.
Right.
Which should be quite weird.
See here, Michael Leal. He says Pepsi and comics.
Okay.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Dev also debt. Lots of debt.
Damn. Terrible.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's the, you know, it's like you're celebrating because you've defeated the bad guy. And then you're like, oh, what did I get? Oh, no, all this debt. It's like he's attacking me from beyond the grave.
Yeah, right.
That son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
And then, see our buddy Jason Morrow. He says, yeah, a turkey leg. And then he adds, it's the reason I carry this turkey leg around with me.
Can you imagine what kind of shape that turkey leg's in then?
Oh, it's probably pretty busted.
I mean, if the only reason he's carrying it around is to drop it as loot,
right?
It can't be in great shape.
And then, Brian, we even have more.
I hope he's not keeping it near his balls, otherwise he'll be tasting that awful turkey leg.
Oh, God. Damn ball buds. Our buddy Philip, former enthusiast guest.
Yeah.
He shared our post and then he screen capped the answers and posted it on our post. Very efficient. I love it.
Thank you, sir.
So his buddy Adam says a knife, zero money wallet, and keys to a castle.
But the best part in my mind is it's keys to a castle, but nothing that tells you which one.
Yeah, this is true. You just gotta walk around and click it until you find one that beeps.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's really bad if you see a really good ass while you're trying to figure it out.
Oh, that's true.
You go directly to the wrong castle.
Yeah, right to the wrong castle.
Yeah.
His buddy Mickle says knife, cash, and beer.
Nice.
That's a good loot.
Yeah. Way better than debt.
Huh?
It's way better than debt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then his other buddy, Drew, says some form of Chex Mix.
I'm picturing he has like Bundy Chex Mix. Like where it's just whatever they find in the couch.
The worst kind of Chex
like
Mix.
A button, an M&M, a paper clip.
But that's what I got for the Q to W there.
Oh man, good answers. Thank you, folks. See, this is why what I was hoping we get with a little more time on that. So good.
Right.
It's still one of my favorite questions. It's one of those questions that I almost feel like, I've thought about for when we do the enthusiasts at times of having, Tim Ferriss has his like 5 questions or whatever. Like,
oh, yeah.
I thought about doing these kind of questions, like just because I think these would be fun questions to get from just anybody.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. Whew. All right. So our Game That song prompt last week was a song that mentions Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, right?
Yes, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Okay. I don't see any on Twitter. So if you answered on Twitter, I'm really sorry, but I don't see any answers. So, okay, what do you got while I pull up the other ones?
Well, on Instagram, Brian, we got Charlie R.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Friday, I'm in Love by The Cure.
All right. Makes sense. Yep.
Philip, he says, Another Saturday Night by The Grateful Dead.
Okay.
And then Michelle, she says, Saturday Night Special by Leonard Skinner.
Nice. Oh, speaking of, how did I not say Tuesday's Gone?
All right. Well, it's because Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, yeah, right. Never mind. That's why. But Tuesday's gone because it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Oh, hey, that's how it works.
Yeah, saved it. Did I? Nope.
Add these to my thing. Do you got yours all pulled up
yet?
Or not so much?
Well, I just have
Facebook ready to roll.
I just have the one from Cheeto Bandito. So.
All right. Well, let me do these face page ones.
Okay.
Jeff from Hobie has a Saturday night by the Bay City Rollers.
You know what I
put in Bay City Rulers.
Well, at least he spelled Saturday right. That would have been the worst if it's like Saturday. Wait a minute. Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. Maybe the Bay City Rulers did a cover up.
Maybe that's the tribute band to Bay City Rulers.
That would be funny if that was the real case there.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
So Jared, good old FRJ, says Friday by Rebecca Black. And then he adds, I hate myself now.
That's fair. We hate you too. So no. I feel like that should have been everyone's answer, but
yeah, right, for sure.
Just to torture us. But now it's on the playlist and you're all welcome.
Exactly. See here. So, I'm trying to multitask here.
Right.
Well, Dev's answers have already been suggested. Saturday Night Special by Leonard Skinner or Friday I'm in Love by The Cure.
Wow.
Sorry, Dev. You should have checked Instagram.
Yeah. Well, I said Friday I'm in Love for my answer. So.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
You did. It's already on our thing.
Right.
And then Carolyn, she says Saturday in the Park by Chicago.
Okay. Yeah. That one kind of popped into my head, but I just didn't want to say it. You got any more? Or?
That's it.
All right. So Cheeto Bandito says a song that's already been mentioned, but a song that mentions Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, Saturday Night Special by Leonard Skinner. And to Hobie this, he will add the Happy Days theme song because it does say Friday in it. So
it does. It does.
Or all the days, or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember. I know it has Friday in it. That's all that matters. And he also says, also big reveal, I am the one follower on the Spotify playlist.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. And actually, I have a follow-up from him on something we talked about on the show a week or two ago.
Right.
He says, hey, the segment about Cheetos and the Cheeto kind of left me wondering. See, I know that years ago on an episode of Unwrapped on the Food Network, that they went to the factory and showed how a certain type of Cheeto snack was made. In this episode, the person being interviewed said the same name for Cheeto dust was Cheeto. A quick Google search later, and it looks like this was an episode that aired in 2008. So I guess I'm wondering why the sudden buzz from the makers of Cheetos.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that is, isn't it? It's been years and years ago. Probably, my answer to that would probably be because Unwrapped wasn't necessarily the most watched show on Food Network.
Right.
Even though it had former host of Double Dare, Mark Summers, as the host.
For sure, right?
I think that really is maybe why. You know?
Just because I'm spitting it out here right now, Philip, your Grateful Dead song is not available on Spotify, so I'm sorry. It does not make the cut.
Dang. Well, what can you do? I mean,
what can you do?
Yep. So, that's really interesting about the Cheeto,
That is interesting that it's already been established as that's the name.
Yeah. Well, this one's an interesting one. I don't know how this is going to work as well with people listening, but this one would be definitely a fun one in a group setting. So, this week's song prompt is a song that would be the theme song for the person to your right. So I guess with you and I, we just pick for each other.
Fair enough.
But like I said, for someone who's in a room by themselves, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. But can you imagine with a table of 6 or so people? This could be a fun one.
Yeah, that could be a great one.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to actually sitting down and playing that game.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I got to reach out to those guys again. I reached out to them like, hey, and they never got back to me.
Yeah.
About being on the show. Program.
They're too intimidated by our power, our strength.
Power, strength. Yes. Our cockles. Our subcockles.
They're too afraid we taste too much. I got nothing there. Man.
Theme song.
Yeah, this is...
I mean, my brain immediately goes Limp Bizkit break stuff just from us being, talk about wrestler, we'd be wrestlers and shit.
Right.
For youths.
Right.
But a part of me also likes Dennis Leary's asshole because they talk about cockles and the subcockles.
Yeah. That's the thing is I kind of feel like that's what I'm thinking of is the first thing I went to in my brain was what would be like our like tag team song.
Right.
You know, because I figure we both come out to that essentially. So, you know, either one of those works. I mean, I was actually going to go in wrestling and, you know, but I doubt you'll be able to add this one, but I was going to say the Legion of Doom song.
Well, I mean, you never know.
But, cause I don't remember I don't remember this, but do you remember what we said rugged
it's
dudes?
on there.
Is it nice?
It's now in the playlist.
I was going to say, do you remember what we said rugged dudes would come out to?
I don't remember what we said rugged dudes would come out to now.
Okay. Cause obviously with like El Tigre and Senor Delicioso, I who knows what they would come out to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something sensual and very mariachi based probably, but.
I mean,
More seductive than sex.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the El Tigre drop.
I thought about it.
Okay. That's fair.
Well, I'm going to go with asshole Brian because it makes me laugh.
Yeah, it makes me laugh too. So.
Well, there you go. Yeah, our playlist is getting interesting.
That's fair.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So enjoy listening to the Legion of Doom theme song, Cheeto.
Yes, and definitely enjoy it.
So, water.
I mean, there you go.
Good shit. Good shit. And honestly, I kind of picked that because I just think it just reminds me of like our childhood. It reminds me of how many times we've joked about over the years about that we should do that for Halloween and all that kind of stuff. So, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So this one will be interesting. So, yeah, I guess as far as like who this person to your right is, I don't know. I don't know how to
like
quantify
friend or significant other.
Yeah, just basically tell us who the person is, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
like my best friend. You don't have to use names if you don't want to. We don't know. Maybe they go to Canada, some school in Canada, and we've never met them, you know?
Accurate.
So, or I guess, you know what, or if you want to, you could pick one of us if you'd like, you know, if you don't have a person to your right, you know?
For sure, right? But yeah, I dig it.
All right. That was actually going to probably be my second pick, would have been Macho Man's song. So if you want to Hobie it and put Macho Man's theme song on there, do it.
Like, are you talking to Macho King?
I don't remember if there was a difference, was there? I feel like there was. That's the one I'm thinking. Yeah.
Because that's on my soundboard.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man, this playlist is going to get real dumb real quick.
Don't give me a chance. I'm going to start loading it with wrestling songs now.
I forgot. I was like Macho Man, and it says Macho Man Randy Savage, artist. I forgot his albums on here.
Oh God, yeah, none of that stuff. No. Ooh.
So hopefully that's the right one.
Yeah,
it's been added.
It'll count. I'll allow it.
Oh, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it real quick just to make sure. What the fuck is this?
Was that from their marriage?
What is this? Hard no.
Well, I'm glad you checked.
Yeah, right?
No, I'm sad.
Remove from this playlist.
Fuck
Be
yeah,
gone.
remove from life.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Brian. You might be out of luck on this one.
I'm not happy about that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, because that's pretty much the only option is that one.
Sad.
There's also Macho Man from Psycho Beach by D Mixmasters.
That's probably not it.
Probably not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right. Well, if you want to hear it, you have to hear it live from the soundboard.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's enough of that.
Oh. All right. So, you know, a couple times we've had,
dude? Oh.
we've had an additional question, and just a regular Q of the W in addition to the song question of the week. But this week we're actually kind of going to have two song of the week questions. But this one I saw from a guy who goes, it's at Drazy, Drayzze on the Twitters, and he posted a thing that says, if you were a song, not your favorite song, but one that you truly identify with, which song would you be?
Well, well, this isn't going on the playlist, just let everyone know.
All right.
But, what song would be, like, what is the avatar of me in song form?
Yeah, like if you had to pick the song that represents you, essentially. Like your essence.
Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah, right?
This is one I might have to think about. I don't think I could just answer this on the spot.
All right, well, here, we'll do this then. We'll post this one. We'll post it on the socials.
Yes.
And then we'll do ours next week along with, reading everybody else's.
All right, that's because I
don't have one either. I actually forgot.
This off the top of my head.
Yeah. So there you go. One more time. It's if you were a song, not your favorite song. Now it could be your favorite song, but
True.
But this is more about finding the one that you truly identify with. Which song would you be?
Right.
So.
Yes, I'm gonna have to think long and hard. I'm gonna have to look at my stuff I play on Spotify a lot because stuff I like to play, I kind of feel are my jams,
Right.
So yeah.
But do they necessarily represent you? That's the,
that's
the question.
True.
Yeah. We'll see. I guess we'll find out next week.
Dun. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. All right. Well, I guess with that, we'll, as always, invite you over to saltylanguage.com to click all the links, check out all our past episodes, including the enthusiast episodes. You can see links to the networks we're part of, like the Tangibound Network, and of course...
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
The Danger Entertainment Network. And so please go check those two out, and you can, probably find some other shows that you dig over there.
Dig.
And what have you. And, if you want to reach out to the show, I did see then our voicemail number finally bit the dust.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so
it was kind of an underutilized thing.
Yeah, we haven't used it in forever, so that's no longer a way to reach out to us. You can find Tony over on TikTok for sure soon.
Oh, dude, my whole TikTok is gonna be about me dunking balls and shit.
Oh boy!
Didn't say they're my balls.
Just call your name will just be balls in it.
Exactly.
Wow. If you want to contact the show, you can reach us via email at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can reach us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter at Stunami.
You can find me on Twitter at Monotony. Although you're probably better off finding me on Instagram.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And you could also probably find me in the club. I don't know.
That's your song.
No. yeah, that's totally me. Go shorty. Yeah, you can find the show on Instagram at Salty Language. And if you want to check out our shenanigans over on YouTube, we can be found at Salty Language Pod. And I think that's most of it. And if it isn't most of it, the links are over on the website if you need them also. So
go find them, y'all.
And again, if you want to join our Twitter group, just reach out to us. Just slide in them DMs and
yeah, baby,
and we'll add you to the group. Probably we'll have to do a thorough vetting of your timeline first, but then we'll let you in. So, Because, we're pretty cool about stuff unless you're just like politics, then, yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no. Write it out.
Yeah. So, there you go. I guess that's the show. So, until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine. Or have a spicy water, you'll be fine if you're, still doing the dry January.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're into that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was doing a pretty like I'm gonna just go weigh myself. I have dropped a few pounds doing this, but I haven't weighed myself in a couple weeks, so it probably all derailed by now.
Yeah,
but I really don't notice any difference. Besides when I check my All the Beers Pod Instagram feed, I'm like, look at all these delicious beers. It makes me sad.
My guess would be the only thing you really noticed so far is the financial side of it. Because you have mentioned that a couple of times about,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But that's, yeah.
Yeah, definitely has been saving some money not having the beers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But other than that, other than the burden of a heavier wallet.
Such a burden.
Such a burden.
You're just killing the craft beer industry by not drinking, Tony.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You son of a bitch. Oh, man.
But yeah. Have a beer or don't have a beer. Either way, you'll be fine.
Right. Yeah, like I said, join us. Have some spicy waters.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy the seltzers, especially
at
Fizz Fest. What?
God. Man. So I guess, just remember, like a great philosopher once said, snout don't count.
Wait, what did he say?
Snout don't count.
Oh. I was like, the fuck?
I think Ben Franklin said it. Yeah, I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'll have to check his webpage. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Not Ben Franklin of the, back in the day, just a guy I know named Ben Franklin.
Yeah. Exactly.
We used to drink together,
Snout don't count.
Right. He used to stand outside and try to get electrocuted too, but, for his TikTok, of course.
Well, of course, dip his balls in electric fence.
Oh my God, can you imagine fucking Ben Franklin doing the kite thing, but recording it for his social media?
Oh, Jesus, that's exactly what would have happened. God damn it.
Oh, shit. All right, well, we'll leave you with that.
Yeah.